Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. For those that are new, my name is Nelly. What is that thing that you're not proud of? Something that you made a decision and you can't get out of it. But some of these decisions, I think you can get out of it. We've all made those decisions that range from small to big that we later regret in life. Some may simply be insignificant, but they play a major role in your life. So what happens if these decisions that you've made affects the people around? So I want to share my regrets of not taking a job that I thought it wasn't the job that I wanted that affected the people around me. Even though later on I realized that this job will eventually take you abroad. So what happened is, as soon as I finished high school, I wanted to go to Paris and I applied for a scholarship. When you apply for a scholarship, you go through this board. They're going to interview you. I didn't know that my dad was part of this board. He must have seen my name, and I didn't tell him about the scholarship because at that time I was living with my mom. I wasn't living with him. I also wanted to make that effort on my own without having someone in the inside to push the scholarship through. So the partner didn't give me a scholarship, but they offered me a job where I have to be a teacher in some remote area where there was no water and there was no lights. And that place is just full of snakes. And I'm really scared of snakes, right? I had not applied for any job, but I was given this job. Basically, this offer didn't make me happy at all, so I declined the position. I guess I had that fear. I didn't want to leave my comfort zone. But as time went by, I realized that my decision weighed me down. You need to start somewhere in order to get where you want to, right? And whatever job that you get, no matter what job it is, you have to start somewhere. My dad, on the other hand, tried to speak to me about it, but I didn't listen because I didn't want to be in that era. I had made up my mind. I also felt like he sabotaged my application because I felt like the Paris idea, he was not up to it. Maybe he also wanted to see how far I would go with this dream. Someone else got the job, so I heard. I then later here, and that person was later given a scholarship to the UK. I was mad with myself more than anything because I made the decision not to take that job. And yet, if I had just stayed in that job, maybe I would have ended up going to Paris, even the UK. But my focus was mostly going to Paris. I thought to myself, it could have been me if I took that opportunity. But instead, I thought of some village and some remote areas and the snakes and lights and water. And yet all these things were just minor, really. I could have just worked there for a year and reapplied for the scholarship, which I didn't, but instead I got another job elsewhere and I lost focus. All the focus that I had about Paris, all that was just gone. So if you're one of those people that live in regret when it comes to the decisions that you've made in life, there's always a solution. With my decision, there was a solution. I just didn't have the money. If you are living with regret, there's a few steps that might help you in order for you to navigate life. The first thing that you need to do before everything else is you need to acknowledge your mistake. Accept that you've made a decision that you're not proud of. We all make mistakes. You wouldn't be the first one to make a mistake in life. So you need to accept it. Only denial can prolong your pain. The next thing is you need to learn and grow by reflecting on what made you to make those decisions and how can you avoid similar decisions in the future. So sometimes that first job that you hated can be a blessing for you in the future. So that is why you need to start small, no matter what it is. In order for you to get into a company that you really want to work in, you need to start from the bottom. And also you need to forgive yourself because sometimes you can be angry with yourself for years and you don't even realize that. And it affects the jobs that you do. So you need to learn to forgive yourself because obviously you're angry with yourself. Remember, everyone makes these mistakes. You're not the only one that makes such mistakes. It's part of being human. Because of your mistakes, it affected the people around you. So maybe you should seek for forgiveness, whether they want to listen or they don't. I asked for forgiveness from my dad. And later I also thought maybe he wanted me to take this job so that I can have that experience to be away from home, away from my comfort zone. I have to stay in this place anyway and deal with whatever situation on my own without my family around. That's what happens when you're overseas. You're on your own. You can't keep calling your parents for money. You have to figure it out how you're going to get a job in order to meet up with your ends meet. Sometimes we don't even want to go through tests in order to get what we want because we feel like the test has been too much. All this may not erase your past, but it can pave the way to your healing. Because if you don't do that, then you won't be able to move forward. Instead, you become stagnant. You start missing out on job opportunities, even promotions. Sometimes these decisions can even affect you personally, where you find that you're stuck and you're unfulfilled and you can't move forward. You find that it's very difficult to even move forward. You keep thinking, what could you have done differently? The clock doesn't move backwards, it moves forward. You need to move forward. And stop wasting your time by asking yourself, what could you have done differently? You cannot be stuck in the same position. And people that are graduating way after you are suddenly promoted and you are still stuck in the same position. Yes, you've made wrong decisions. It doesn't just end there. This may affect your relationships as well. If you keep dwelling on the past, regret is a powerful emotion. It can teach us valuable lessons. At the same time, it can be a heavy burden. So you don't want to be there. Yes, you regret, but move on. The key is to learn from our mistakes, not to dwell on them, and strive to make those amendments wherever it's possible. Some people regret on leaving a relationship, and you keep dwelling on the past and that you cannot even get that person back, then that person was not meant to be part of your life. Don't let this person hold you down with whatever that's waiting for you there. Because if you are going to deal on a lost relationship, the boyfriend that left you, you can't even attract a new person out there because you're stuck on your past. There are lessons that you can learn by living with regret. Don't be stuck in one place for too long. It doesn't matter how many times you fall, it's how you get yourself up. Everyone has made those decisions that they regret, but it's never too late to learn and grow from those experiences. It's possible to take those risks as well and step out from that comfort zone. So in order to get to your passion, it starts with those baby steps. You have your own story and how you dealt with living with your own regret. Please make a comment below so that we can learn from you. Thank you for watching and see you on the next video. God bless you.